started with this board, and I started showing things on my board. But I was just sharing with Mark that it felt weird that you go here, click once, click twice, and then choose the development board. But that's where we are. So we usually talk through items that have been assigned to or people are working on, and see if there are points to share or PRs that require review or discussions.
Can I go real quick?
Yes.
So
Elliot.
I started doing a code review for the Docker libp2p integration because that one looks really, really important. I need a little help. I'm having trouble getting it actually to function on my machine. I found some warnings when I did a build, so I cleaned those up and I did a push because they were very, very minor. So I also wanted to call out, guys, if you see warnings when you do a build, please fix them. At least comment it out, if nothing else. All right, that's all I've got. Thanks, guys.
Hey, so is this the one that you are reviewing?
I can't see because it's under the windows.
That's
Yes, that's the one, 375.
Okay, so if you do have trouble, please reach out to Yuri in this case. And I mean, if you have trouble running it, then it's a good idea to reach out to the person who made the commit and get them on Zoom and show them the problem if there is a discrepancy there.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, maybe let's decide what we do with warnings, because either we allow warnings or we don't. I'm typically in C programming not allowing any warnings at all, but then it should be enforced.
I'll just let you know that the opinion that was shared by Fred Simon was no warnings on a default build.
Okay, so
but then the pull request should not be able to proceed if there are warnings. There should be no pull request if there are warnings.
Even if we don't have the automation fully set up to catch it, I mean, it's on us, right? Like we should have pride in our code base on main, at least. Like if you're on your branch on a fork and it's got some warnings, who cares? But like when you're trying to merge to main, it should be clean.
But that doesn't make sense. It's either a pull request that allows for warnings or not, and that's very simple. But it doesn't make sense to allow you to do warnings while developing, and then not when merging, because the pull request is the place between the development and the merging. So if you don't want warnings in main, then they should not be in a pull request, because the pull request might get accepted in main. So then
we do have a check. We do have a linting check. So that
I will be clear here. The warnings were not caused by the PR I was reviewing. They were already there.
Okay. So we have this situation where we do have worse. Yeah. We do have warnings because of how we were experimenting in the past. So what I would suggest is for this PR, please review it in the state it is in, and I'll create a ticket.
Oh, I already did a PR to the PR, so it should be clean. I just wanted to call that out as a.
Let me talk about it. So what I will create a ticket is an automation that enforces no warnings, and from then on there will not be any warnings allowed in the PR.
I agree.
Yeah, so there is an automation here, which is the benefit of having this template. Now it says that you should do XYZ. We will add that thing where it enforces that you clear warnings before you send the PR.
We already have this linting, so it should be easy to just make it required.
Yeah, but we'll make it so that the PR doesn't go through even.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't something they introduced. It was already there. So I just wanted to be clear. So thanks, guys.
Okay. Johan, you want to go next?
Well, maybe I'll let Erwin go next, because I'm working on the next step. So Erwin can probably.
I can quickly jump in. So we created this pull request that should make everything work like we demoed on Friday. And next to that, we are we are detailing the issues that are now labeled peer-to-peer or P2P. and that will be we will continue that tomorrow.
Okay. Johan.
Yes. So I'm working on the DHT, which is already part of what's the name of that story?
Yeah, that's the stories we are still going to be detailing.
Yes, but I'm actually depending on that pull request that Yuri created, but I do not want to rush people to merge that pull request. So I'd rather work in my branch for a while than rushing that pull request in. So I definitely agree that pull request should first be reviewed, and there should be no warnings, no errors whatsoever. So I can wait for doing the next pull request, but it is of course dependent on this first pull request. So
you are working on this ticket, or is there a different ticket that was assigned to you?
No, that's a different ticket.
Okay.
It's actually more an exploration. Maybe there needs to be an extra ticket, an exploration phase for the DHT.
Yeah, so please add that ticket, meaning I didn't see that either. It's on your name or Yuri's name, but so that we know that is separate than this work.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll discuss it offline then.
Okay. What's the next?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the PR related to the issue templates just got merged, and I'd be looking forward to working on one of the technical components, probably the P2P nodes. I'd like to set my foot there and learn about it.
Yeah. So in that case, ping Johan and see where we are and see what you can pick up, and Johan should be able to help you move along. Since Abhijit, you talked about the PR process, I actually created a PR for this, and this isn't the PR for this isn't draft. And since Mithali and I had a conversation about it, I tagged Mithali. So once I get feedback from her, I'll make it into a real PR. But I realized that during the testing of this, there are some changes or optimizations that we need to do in terms of how we save. We currently save a Docker image, then move it, and then delete the original, etc., etc. So just waste a lot of energy, resources, all of that. So I'll create a separate ticket which saves it just once in the place that it was supposed to be, and that will be covered as that part, and that will help me write more tests on the areas where the appending happens. So that was the one PR that I have going. The other thing is, when I went through the PR process, I realized, and this is what I realized, is that I have to run cargo build, I have to do this, I have to probably remember this, all of that. So I resurrected my old work of adding the cargo makefile and created a PR for that. Now, since this depends on the same chrono library that we have now accepted with all its issues, so I feel like this is safe to use. So I created a makefile. So then once this is merged, and if there are no comments, then before you run a PR, all you need to do is just run cargo CI, and it will run all dependencies. So that there's only one thing that you have to run before you run a PR. Yes, Chris?
I know at one point we said yes chrono, and then we went to another no chrono. So I'm not sure where we are on that chrono. The last effort, when it was brought up, it was completely removed and the exception was revoked. So right now we are not accepting chrono. I don't know if that was changed in one of the meetings I missed, but
I thought after that we accepted somewhere, meaning we are not using our own time and date.
No, we're using a different date utility, but it's not chrono.
Okay. So when I ran this on my local, it did not complain. So I haven't checked after that because this was in the evening, but I'll check if it fails cargo audit or if it is failing cargo audit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's I think if you've marked it as a dev dependency, then I don't think we care. If it's not in the end product, I don't think we care.
Yeah, it won't be in the end product. Yeah. So then anyway, I'll add more explanation. I added the explanation that since we accepted chrono, this is okay, but I'll also add that it is dev dependency.
And maybe we have to put those decisions somewhere in the contributing guidelines or whatever, because and also with the warnings, because otherwise we are going to keep having discussions about it.
Yeah.
And I think it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it doesn't fail a cargo audit and it doesn't generate a warning, then it would be clean regardless. But yeah, I mean,
so as part of this, right, we'll have a CI flow that is that you would be required to run, and no warnings will be part of the CI flow. Let me pull up the PR if people are interested. And no warnings will be part of that flow. So that will be part of the automation. So you wouldn't have the ability to, meaning regardless of whether you read the contributing guideline or not. Where is it? Where's my PR? I lost it. This has a conflict. I'll fix that.
The third one from top.
You see? This one. Okay. Yes, CI flow. Yeah, and this has conflict, but I'll fix that. But basically, it adds this, right? It adds this. It is in dev dependency, but basically it adds this make file, and then this is the top level task you need to run. It runs test and audit without even thinking about it, and it runs the chain of things.
Don't forget Clippy.
Right. So I will add this and then add all the other things that we think are necessary, like Clippy. What is the other thing? And I don't know. I have an open question about whether clean should be called before build. But once this is added, we can improve this so that it covers all the cases, so that people don't have to go through this checklist. And what I want to say is that the checklist was a great start because it gave me a clue of how difficult it is, our current process is, or at least for me to understand and do it. So thanks for all the hard work there, but I think that this deserves automation. So that's what I added. So that was my update.
Well, that is a good step actually to replace the big checklist with just one make command.
Yes.
No, I mean everything automate what you can. I like it.
Yeah.
Great. Mithal, you want to give your update?
So I was working on the CLA config file to figure out the how to get the input with the interaction with the user, and I have it working. And also I was updating with the clap as they have deprecated some of the macros, so I was updating them. And I looked into the as we talked, Sudhindra, about using actor model for artifact manager, and I have some inputs for that to discuss with you. So we should discuss that today, and then we'll move forward.
Yeah.
Also, I reviewed your PR, so I have some comments there.
Wonderful. Thank you. Shuven?
Yeah. Yesterday, I created a PR about replace the signature structure. Yeah, and today I will focus on the implement of the communication protocol. Use DPP response request. Yeah, that's all.
Chris or Christian, do you have anything?
I'll step in. So I've tried 3 times now to get my pull request correct. Using multiple forks has been, biting me, but whatever, I'm almost through it. I was actually paired up with Chris, just ironing through it before this meeting. So that's why I was actually a couple minutes late. So pull request, a clean one. That's actually nice. We are going to do an internal pull request, like just between the. Go ahead, Suhindra.
Which ticket is that? That's what I'm struggling to find.
GitHub 321.
321. Does it have?
Yeah, you click blockchain and it didn't show up. Yeah, I remember I was telling you about this yesterday, Chris.
You have to specify label blockchain. So if you just go to the backlog column, because there's no.
Yeah. So I'm looking for it in progress.
Right there. 321 in progress.
Okay. And so the red icon I'm not familiar with. Is that?
That's Christian.
That's me.
Okay. All right. Then I'll look for that next time.
Okay.
I was looking for your face. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but my face is ugly. My avatar is not. So anyways, 321. So just work it. Yes. Elliot knows for the win. Very good, Elliot. Anyways, so 321 is just putting, what we're going to do is we're going to do a pull request between me, Chris, and Shufei on my repo first, just to get some feedback, and then I'll post it to the whole team. So I'm going to merge into my own repo from my own branch, and then I'm going to do a cross repo merge or pull request with Pyrsia, and that's when I'll invite the rest of the team. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Chris, anything to add?
I have a ton to add. Sorry, I'm doing all the code reviews. We have 8 pull requests open. Shufei's pull request is approved, so that's one less that we have to worry about. I've been doing a ton of work on the marketing, so I've moved a bunch of documentation. I just merged the dependency updates, and I see we have pull requests from Dependabot. So if you go to the pull request, you'll actually see like there's 10 new ones, which is really fun.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, because I just clicked merge. It was opened 18 seconds ago on my desktop. So look at those pull requests.
Yeah. These are okay.
So I added that. There's move developer setup. Erwin had some comments that I'm answering. The other thing is our Rust build takes absolutely forever. So I will most likely be working on updating our CI so that it doesn't take forever.
Yeah. Is there a ticket? Like for anything you do, I would love to see a ticket. And
if I made a ticket for everything I do in a day, we would be opening 50 issues a day. So I'd rather just like knock out these small ones.
No. So I would like to see that, because that would tell us how much you're working. And if you're overworking yourself, so please, I
don't have enough work, so I'm inventing work as I go throughout my day. So
yeah, I know. Okay, and that is another discussion then we should have if you don't have enough work, because we do have enough work. So yeah, I would like to see transparency on that. Like just put everything. If it takes you time to share it on GitHub, that is time well spent.
I just have one note. All the PRs that is being opened by Dependabot, before merging them or reviewing them, I would like to have security.
It's already done.
Yeah, so people should look into that, whether it is vulnerable or not, and then approve it.
Does cargo audit run on those Dependabot?
Does cargo audit? Yes.
Okay.
So more context here. So GitHub has security vulnerability updates in the Dependabot tool that we're leveraging. That's been enabled, which is what Vitaly was calling out. The cargo audit is being ran on every single pull request. So they will be tested in the same way every other pull request has been tested.
Yes, exactly.
And I see that the project board automation is working because they're automatically getting added, which is beautiful. So
yeah. So our activity is to review them and then click merge, right? One at a time.
The question I was going to have is like, who's going to be responsible for merging them? I was going to volunteer as tribute. So when I see them approved, I'll click merge.
Yeah, I generally think we approve if we approve, but the guy who opened it should merge because
it's an automated bot opening it, right? So no individuals opening the PR. So who's going to take responsibility for the Dependabot?
And I have an opinion on this. So we have two required approvers on these PRs too. Yes. Yes. So the second approver needs to merge it.
Okay.
Meaning you are the second approver. There's nothing else stopping it from being merged. You merge it. Make sure
but
you
only on these automatic ones, right?
Correct. Only on the automatic ones. If there is a Dependabot, which is an automated committer, and just make sure, just from my experience and burnt fingers in doing this on Kubernetes, is do one PR at a time and be patient, because they improve the vulnerability landscape of the tools of the product, but they don't by no means can tell about each other's each other affecting each other and breaking the build. So do one at a time.
That's why we have PR automation. They're testing. They're going to be tested, but they're not going to break with one another.
Right. So just do it one at a time instead of doing 10 at a time and causing heartburn to you yourself. Saving you from yourself is what I'm doing. What I'm trying to do. Okay. Any other stand-up updates?
Can I ask one question for Chris? When you talk about the Rust compilation speed up, is that only for CI, or will that affect us as well?
Only CI.
Okay.
I
Well,
suggest you drink more coffee. You take more breaks.
I'm already at the maximum there.
Well,
So what I suggest you do is you get a giant build farm and you build a network that can automate. No, wait.
I'll go for more coffee.
Yeah, more coffee
Go
for now.
if
Or tea.
If it tickles your fancy, since it's past 5 o'clock over yonder, feel free to get something stronger. Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Probably you could add in your workout session in between.
I did actually need to call out, guys. I am going to be off for about an hour after stand up on Friday for a doctor's appointment, but it's already on my calendar.
Okay. Okay, Baruch, did you have anything? If not, we can call it.
Not anything in particular.
Okay.
Actually, I have the Docker blog for the JFrog site that I've been working on. And Suhindra, if you don't have time, perhaps I can ask Baruch for his feedback.
Oh, yes,
I
please
will
ask.
be more than happy to review.
Awesome. I don't write blogs often, so I would really like your feedback on like the structure.
Sure,
and how it's
absolutely,
written.
Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Great.
Friday we will not be having any meetings, right? Because I don't know why, but we won't be having any meetings, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that question? I didn't understand.
Will we be having any meetings this Friday?
No, just regular stand-up, I think. This Friday is just the regular stand-up. Let me check.
Yeah, I was just letting the team know I'm going to be off for an hour.
Yeah. No, nothing. Yeah, no other meeting than stand-up. And next week we have a few. Okay. All right, that's stand-up. See you on Slack.
All right, talk soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.